coming out of the COVID era, we are starting to see this incredible resurgence of open houses and attendances through the roof. If you are lucky enough to get an open house right now, the business opportunities, the potential that is there is unlike anything that I've ever seen before. It's definitely probably one of the best times, if not the best time ever, to host an open house. You've got a double whammy. You've got a hot market, and you've got people who have been cooped up in their homes for the last couple of years who are just excited to see a friendly face. And so if you can leverage open houses right now to their fullest potential, you have the opportunity to run an incredibly successful business just from open houses. You don't even need anything else. And so my question to you is, what is your objective? What should be your number one objective when you host an open house? And any agent training that I've done, I've always asked this question whenever I do an open house training or objection handling training or open house closing training. Whenever we go over the objective of an open house, most agents think that the objective, their number one objective for an open house, is to sell the home that they're sitting in. And a couple things with that. Number one, the home is going to sell itself. You can't sell anybody on a home. Either someone's going to love the home and make an offer, or they're not. And so, of course, you want to represent it in the best light possible, and that is comes off in how you dress and how you interact with the client. So, all that aside, the home is going to sell itself. Number two, most of the time when you're hosting an open house, you're not actually the listing agent. And so selling that home, the chances of you selling that home are very low. In fact, National Association of Realtors shows that only 4% of home sales actually come from open houses. So more often than not, you will not be capturing that buyer for that home. So if you're not going to be capturing the buyer for that home, then what should your number one objective be? The number one objective for you as an open house host should be to walk away with just one bona fide appointment at the end of the open house. Meaning that your objective should be to build enough value and rapport with one of the open house guests to where they agree to meet with you outside of the open house to either see properties that they wouldn't otherwise have access to, aka off-market properties, or even better, for you to do an in-person or a Zoom consultation to go over their home search in detail and win them as a client through building more value during that consultation. That should be your number one priority. Now, my agents last week, I had Taha said 3 appointments at open house, he said. Brian said he set 1. So we've had almost every agent this last weekend that did an open house for SSV walked away with 1 or multiple appointments. So they won. They did what they set out to do, which was to set appointments with new clients that were walking into the open house. And by the way, I'm not going to get into semantics right here and give you the scripting and the dialoguing, but if you're interested in what that script and what that dialogue looks like when a potential buyer or seller walks into an open house, you can DM me or leave a comment down below and I will get you that piece of dialogue. But ultimately it's very simple. I think we tend to overcomplicate things in the industry, and why? My question to you is this: you're going to take time out of your weekend, your precious weekend time, your time that you could be spending with your family. If you're not going to be investing that time wisely and doing it to drive business results for yourself, to win clients, to win business opportunities,